Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a good one. It is a red day in the markets, so I did not expect this massive market pullback today. We have long-term positions on the quantum market bullish for the Schwab portfolio and our long-term plays. We didn't touch anything, but I may have shorted Rigetti stock today. Let's see, Rigetti dropped to $35 a share. RGTX down 16%. Most of the quantum market selling off big time. Data center stocks holding okay. APLD held all right, but look at all that red there. You see Supermicro Computer is in the red, down 15%. And earnings today, you got Uber, you got some of the top companies reporting, and not really seeing a positive impact from those companies, because look at that extended sell-off, right? You got some green. You got T-Mobile held green throughout the day. Apple stock was holding green. But if you look at the general market, you got big sell-offs, 10% on Palantir. Big Bear AI was down 10%. BAIG down 20%. It's been a bloodbath today. So when you're looking at the markets, robotics, again, all in the red today. Serve Robotics down 10%. You got to look at SPY objectively. All these things are going to recover. And yes, we're able to short, and sometimes we see these things come. But I think quantum heavily reliant on governments for the funding right now. And if we were looking at most of the articles coming out around quantum computing specifically, we're looking at this $2.7 billion deal and some other things that were going to fuel the quantum market. But the government's been shut down for a record amount of time. And so SPY correcting down. But if you look at SPY, this is kind of the overall trend. This is the next target down to 670. It's sold off here. And what's going to happen is we're going to see a V-shape pattern. It always happens. It's always the case that the market, every time it sells off like this, we get to see the reversal kick in. And it's going to happen quickly, and it's going to happen strong. And when it happens, some are going to, maybe at that point, they've lost faith. They start shorting the market too late, and they end up losing. I'm going to be closing all my shorts here very soon, as wow, what a dip today in the market. But long term, you don't like to see it, of course. It kind of chinks in your armor. Oh man, am I gonna? I'm seeing a sell off in the market, sure. But overall, what do you have? You have bullish sentiment. Almost every company is very, very green over the last year. So don't worry about it. Don't have any stress around market pullbacks. They happen all the time. Of course, they could be learning experiences for people that are over leveraged. I don't encourage anybody to invest with margin. It's not something that I personally do, or I don't encourage people to do that. But here's where we're at. So SPY selling back down a full percentage point, down to 675. It's exactly where it was about a month ago. Okay, so back here in October, and we could see them sell down further. It's quite possible. So just keeping in mind that while the markets are maybe going to see some momentum after this and recover, which we're expecting, you still have the downward pressure of the government shutdown. And when we were looking at a lot of the projections, like Big Bear, negative projection today from the machine, when I open up the analysis for, let's say, Rigetti, we were getting some very negative projections on the near term. We saw some buying kick in from institutions. Okay, did see some buys. You got BlackRock bought, State Street purchased. But most of the projections in the near term have been showing downward momentum. And so that's what we see today. What can you do in these situations? Number one, realize if we kind of open up the, let's see, in the machine, the government shutdown data is very important to consider, I believe, at this time. You're going to want to look at kind of government shutdowns in general. When you have a government shutdown hit, so again, negative projections over the next day here, below $35 a share, maybe recovering in the next week, though, according to AI here with Grok. We'll see how it goes, but definitely, red in the next day. When you're looking at the longest shutdown in history, it was 2018. It was 34 days. We've now surpassed that for the longest government shutdown in history. It's not good. When you have the government shutdown, it's basically showing that there's not clear decision making around what's going on in the government. That's not good. predictions actually are one thing, but historically in the market impact, defense sectors drop by an average of 8% in the average of government shutdowns. But we're in the longest government shutdown in history, so we might see even more extended defense market sell-offs. So we've been talking about it. We've been talking about the defense sector. None of this data has changed. It's very much, considering all of the past shutdowns, that defense markets are the biggest impact here. And on top of that, you got healthcare, financial markets, technology markets are seeing some negative approach. The only markets that can hold bullish sometimes through this are large cap technology. And that's kind of exactly what we saw when we were just looking at the top companies. Apple actually had a positive outlook today. Apple realized some gains today. And so Apple's a little different. I think they invest their revenue back into their company. So that's one thing. But just consider, this is always what happens. You see the market pull back down, and those that are in it right now, it doesn't feel good, but it's going to recover. Do not worry. 80% gain right now on that short is absolutely insane for Rigetti. I'm glad we were able to, make a 5-figure trade this month, and despite a big sell-off, because I'll tell you, my Bitcoin and my Ethereum over there is not doing so hot, and I've seen it sell off today, and it's not looking too good. For you as an investor, just know this is very, very normal, always happens in the markets, and we'll still get some very clear analysis. It's a good time to look at real world value. It's a good time to look at the companies providing the most value to the marketplace, because those are the ones that will prevail, continue to grow, and rebound very strong. And so while most projections are negative, according to our AI tool here, the next 6 months for most companies are bullish. So keep that in mind. We're going to see a recovery, most likely. It's just a matter of time. And we want to see what's up with this government shutdown, as things do not look so hot with that. Let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think down below? You think it's just a shorter term correction? You think we're headed to something much bigger? Let me know. And I look forward to seeing your thoughts. We still traded this morning at market open. We locked in some profits on CTM stock, and then we were in BAI here, and we ended up selling out of that position. I'm glad we did, because that one was not going so hot. And we had some obviously bullish play here, shorting Rigetti stock. Quantum is our long-term position, so we're bullish, but in the short term, and with the valuations we've seen, I didn't expect them to hold, and that's why we enter some of those positions in the short term. So seeing the corrections, very, very expected. But again, if you want to see us trade live, it's the second link in the description down below. Would love to see you there as soon as tomorrow morning at market open. And you get a free t-shirt when you join, a calendar of all the earnings, learning how to invest. We got targets for the week. So if you want the top targets to be watching the different companies that are reporting, and our live trading sessions as soon as tomorrow, second link below. Appreciate you all. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.